You're thrilled with infatuation. Whoa, when love is born, oh, so warm, so soft and so tender. Everybody's willing to surrender. When love is you, when love. Ladies and gentlemen,
This is the Entertainment Buzz.
Yo. When them say up to the buzz, me don't know. The buzz.
you know how we roll.
This is the Entertainment Buzz. Further on in the buzz.
That is why they part our things. And them searching. Like what just on the clip done.
What we gonna do right here is go back, way back into time.
Sky, are you? All the respect them eyes so full. Like a flag. Hear me now. So bounty. Dig it way.
Entertainment Buzz are the real thing, man. Sorry.
And now, our feature presentation.
Yes, sir. We want to say a very special welcome to the EBUZZ. I'm DJ Bones.
And I'm Kishima Francis. Also want to say big up to our sponsors. Big up to Thermo Vibes Distributors, Strong Back Tonic Wine. Strengthen your back for make the attack.
Making an attack on your back, that is for sure. We want to say a very special welcome to everyone. Of course, make sure you join us on our social media pages. Instagram, IRIFM_JA. Twitter, IRI_FM. Or on Facebook at just Irie FM. We want to say good evening. Welcome to everyone who is listening, logging in, wherever in the world you are. We are only too happy to have you with us. Boy, we have a little bit of extension. I'm going to start singing on that right away. In a little 1 hour extra, me give thanks. Curfew.
Right, with the curfew hours. Yes,
curfews.
And it's all in all, it's great news for you because now you also get an opportunity to get your second dose of the vaccine.
Most
Are you looking
definitely.
forward to that?
I don't know how I don't reach there yet. I don't reach
Well, you
it.
have the buzz. That's the reason.
Yeah, that's it. I don't get it yet, but I'm waiting to get it. Gotta get
I know.
out there.
I know you have been counting down. You've been looking forward to it. So
Well, it's just that I'm really working for a semblance of normalcy, and I think this is one step to it. It's not that I'm going ho and doing cartwheels to get a vaccine, but I'd rather work with a vaccine than a ventilator. That's me.
I hear you. I hear you.
That's just me.
And like you mentioned, while some people are rejoicing about the curfew hours, getting that extension, the 1 hour extension, other persons are expressing, frustration at just more lockdown. What's your take on it?
Yeah, as I said before, that with the governments or the heads of the people in authority, they can't win either way to take this, because you can't please everybody. What is going to happen, as I said before, I know that the business community have been crying. I've spoken to a lot of people in business, especially maybe restaurants that would do dinner. They are really hurting, and sometimes they need a little extra time. But as I said, if the curfew was just let go and everybody was free to do whatever we do, and the corona numbers go up, the government would also get cussing. So either way, they're upset about the curfew, and of course they're also upset about not being able to go anywhere, and they're also upset that if it is let free or just let go, they're going to have problems also. So I'd rather stick with this until we get it under control.
And as you mentioned, the business community bones, just to jump into our hot topics, because in Parliament yesterday, the Prime Minister pointed out that the ban on events remain in place up to the end of the month. He said that the government is aware of the impact of the pandemic on the entertainment sector. And he also said that government and members of the entertainment sector are engaged in discussions with a view to agreeing to the most appropriate protocols that could facilitate a limited reopening of the entertainment industry in the summer.
Well, I think what is happening is that there is a bit of a following. You know, in the United States, if they catch a flu, we sneeze down here. That is just so the domino effect of what happens there affects a lot of countries in the surrounding areas. It is obvious that in America, a lot of openings are happening. People are kind of, restrictions are really laid back. So now they're now wondering now, how can they, on a phased basis, do the opening here? We don't have the infrastructure like the United States, which is sort of a first world country. We now have to be more measured in how we take an approach of opening back certain things, because our healthcare system just can't manage a big rush of sick people in any one time. So we have to be very careful about how we open up. We have to be very strategic about how we do it. But I think it is taking some guidance from what is happening in the first world country in terms of they're gradually opening up. Well, not even gradually anymore.
They're open,
wide open. We have to do it, but have to do it more measured. And I think it's some guidance from that, where there's some sort of a little bit of opening that should be happening here. But we need it. The economy needs it. The entertainment industry desperately needs it. And what is happening is that a lot of the entertainers here in Jamaica, they're all overseas, as we said before. They're over there because the business is as usual over there. They're booming over there. Tours, shows, everything happening.
Right. You know, people are finding the job opportunities. They are going, they're taking it, and they're pretty much outside. But let us see what happens. This decision apparently is expected to take some 2 weeks before they arrive at a decision.
Right.
So keep it locked to the 107s. We'll definitely keep you posted. And as you mentioned, the curfew, you know, the curfew hours for weekdays have been redrafted, and we will now be from 9 p.m. until 5 a.m. and weekends 8 p.m. to 2 p.m. on a Saturday, and Sunday it will be at 2 p.m. to 5 a.m. Did I think
you said it right.
I got that right?
You got it right. You got it right.
Okay.
So it's still very restrictive on a Sunday. Just so your curfew begins at 2, and you have to just stay in until 5 a.m. So it's
and
restrictive.
Beaches are open, but there is also that restriction in terms of how many persons can have access to the beach. I don't know how they plan to do that, because you know how it is. People travel from very far to go to these beaches sometimes.
I think what will have to happen is what happened in the States initially, where they've had very limited, people could run on the beach, you know, by themselves.
But not 10.
But you can't gather. You know, you can't really have a whole group of people say, hey, we have flasks and have a nice hangout on the beach side. So I'm going to assume that maybe some sort of that may have to happen, where it's very limited, but you at least will have a little access, and you can go and swim and get some rays and enjoy yourself a little bit. We need it.
Not only that too, but when people go to the beach, like myself, I go to spend the entire day.
Right.
So say, for instance, it's a situation where you cannot exceed 10 on the beach. Will my time on the beach will now be restricted in terms of my hours?
Yeah. So all those things will have to be worked out, because those people are going to want, everybody who loves the beach like yourself are going to want their fair share of the time on the beach.
It's a beach day. You know, you can't rush that process.
They can't rush me. I'm not a beach man. Me come off when them ask me. Yeah, your time to come off with them. Yeah, man, me come off long time, man. Me easy myself. Give me a...
Me nah come off.
Nah, man, stay, enjoy yourself, man. You know, but I hope they can work that out, you know. We'll see how that works.
Yeah.
Mocha Fest. Oh, my goodness. Mocha Fest.
The latest with Mocha Fest, Bones, of course, you know, it's an ongoing saga.
Yes, it is.
The organizers now are claiming that there were no negative COVID-19 cases among the guests who attended the 2021 staging.
No negative?
They actually made a post to their Instagram, to their over 205,000 followers, claiming that the number of COVID cases recorded during Mocha Fest 2021 in Jamaica is 0% because majority of the Mocha Fest revelers tested negative on leaving the island.
Oh, because you see, when you said there was no negative test, I mean, no negative, I'd be like, huh? That mean everybody positive? No, sir. So basically, when I hear there is no negative. So basically, nobody had it. Nobody
had it. So they went around the road to say all of that. But just the mere fact that, you came in, you basically breached our COVID-19 protocols. Yep. You had your event, and now you're putting this out to say, hello, we came, we party, and we're fine.
You see, the thing is, they can do that over in their country. Where, but it's a little bit different here. We have different rules, and of course, our situation.
Oh, we shouldn't have different rules, though, in terms of, we saw instances, Bones. You remember on social media when there was this man, I'm forgetting his name now. He had a party. Right. And, him saying still a keeping party. Of course, they went and got him. Initially, he spent a few days in jail. And, we see where Beanie Man, we see where Bad Boy Trevor. These are people who were charged for breaching the COVID-19 protocol. So if that is the yardstick to measure persons in the country as it relates to our rules and guidelines, then it should be the same measuring stick for everybody.
Right. No, but what I really was saying is that what they came here and did for Mocha Fest, it would have been all right to do that in their country because they don't have the kind of rules that we have.
And restrictions.
Mm-hmm. So they really should have respected it. And of course, if they wanted to do a party in Jamaica, they'd have to either go by the guidelines or just go back to where they were and have that big party with no problems, and they wouldn't have any issues.
And who gave them the permit? Who sanctioned the event?
All these things.
Who knew about it prior to them coming in?
Exactly. Boy, I tell you.
It's not just one party we're talking about, 7 days of frolicking.
And different events. But you know what it is? The story and the plot will thicken. We'd like to go now to our social media highs and lows, and we want to say this is presented by Shanice Williams and Tristan Wilson.
It's now time for social media highs and lows.
Girl, to what going on social media?
Yeah, girl, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
It's your social media highs and lows.
Like I had the other day, them find something new for try. Them no mention my name, them no feel them not the light.
This and every Wednesday, we've got the online buzz.
I'm Tris.
And I'm Shanice.
So let's jump right into the highs for this week. Dancehall artist Jamil has taken his spiritual journey to another level after he got baptized into the Christian faith at the Tarrant Baptist Church in Kingston over the weekend and was captured via the church's live stream on YouTube. His management team, Sweet Music Production, in a statement said in part, Jamil's personal decision is not a part of a marketing campaign. Hence, we do not expect to see a song from Jamil in the next couple of days or him being overly expressive about his decision. This is a personal decision that will be treated as such, not a cynical attempt to be noticed. The news of Jamil's conversion has been met with enormous support from his fans as well as members of the entertainment fraternity. The entertainer has since cleaned up his social media page, removing certain posts, and has since announced the end of his dance challenge. For many of his fans, this may come as no big surprise. In recent times, the artist was faced with a near-death experience which led him on a spiritual path and since then has changed gears in his musical journey, which we have clearly seen with his latest works, Guide My Steps, Too Late, Live It Up, and his most recent, a feature with a Johnny, Never Give In, which was released on Friday.
Through my cranium, overcome with tougher than titanium.
Alright, so now for the lows. I'm sure by now you heard about the festivities that happened in Negril last week. Big party and thing, and of course Jamaicans were irate. A video emerged showing partygoers frolicking at the popular Rick's Cafe in Negril on Thursday. Now some social media users were saying, no sir, long time video that. But lo and behold, nothing like that. While the rest of the country was on lockdown, partygoers were living it up in Party Central. Now, some social media users users were shocked at the blatant disregard for the safety protocols under the COVID-19 guidelines, while some were questioning why tourists were able to frolic and locals weren't. They've also accused the authorities of double standards following the staging of Mocha Fest, an event that was actually being advertised on the official Jamaica Tourist Board website. Anywho, TPDCO has commenced an investigation into the matter with the assistance of local authorities. They also withdrew Rick's Cafe's COVID-19 compliance certification, which means Rick's Cafe will be required to undergo a recertification exercise before they'll be allowed to accept visitors again. And of course, Bounty Killer had to give his 2 cents on the matter. Bounty Killer in his Instagram post wrote, at Andrew Holness, uno charge a pastor lady and also Beanie Man, who's a true ambassador for our country and its culture. We had a problem with that. But let's see what's gonna happen to Rick's Cafe now, if it's a triple standard thing a go on. Well, let's stay tuned to see what kind of penalties these parties have actually incurred.
So from Jamil's spiritual journey
To Mocha Fest happenings,
who do you think took social media this week?
while that's for another conversation, check it before you click it, because once you hit send, you may be a social media high or low.
And that's your social media highs and lows. Catch us next Wednesday for What's Buzzing.
I'm Shanice.
And I'm Tris. Bye.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you there, Tris and Shanice, with
Yeah.
social media highs and lows.
And I gotta tell you, Mocha Fest definitely took social media highs this week.
Or lows.
Our lows. What is that low? Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I'm
a
giving them a
loo.
low.
Not even a low. It's a
It's
loo.
like the biggest violation of our COVID-19
I tell you.
protocols, breach
Breach.
of our COVID-19 protocols.
We're gonna take a break. We'll be right back.
Tile Arcade, see you drive Lucy. We stock toilets, basins, granite countertops, porcelain, tin set, grout, doors, faucets, shower enclosures, glass, blocks, and so much more. Call us 810-9069, WhatsApp 807-8840. The time by Tile Arcade is...
It is 8:49. If you're just joining us, it's the EBUZZ right here on Roots Rocking Reggae Radio, Irie FM. And I think we're going to be talking to Jahvy.
Jahvy.
He's a producer. Jahvy's on our Zoom connection. And we want to welcome Jahvy to the EBUZZ. Jahvy, welcome, my boss. How
Give me a second. No flow. Wagwan.
You all right, my brother? You good?
I think it's the first time we're having you on EBUZZ.
It is. I think so.
Yeah, so welcome officially.
Bless up yourself, Jahvy. Thank you for making time talking to us tonight.
Most
All right.
definitely.
All
Not a
right.
problem.
All right.
Oh, in setting the foundation when we begin, as we start, Jahvy, talk to us a little bit about how you got involved in music and specifically production.
It was back in 2012. That was my first commercial introduction. I got the opportunity to write and produce a track for Bugle. The project was called Don't Give Up. Prior to that, I'd enrolled in Edna Manley School of Visual and Performing Arts. I pursued my bachelor's degree there in music education. My major was piano. Financial restraints had caused me to, not continue my studies, and I felt like that was what really and truly, ironically, propelled me towards production. I felt like I never wanted to disappoint my parents in regards to not being able to be successful at music. I can remember my mom wanted me to more like follow the footsteps of my older brother. He was like an education genius in terms of schoolwork and stuff like that, and he had went to UTech, and I felt like, I never had a problem or an issue with schoolwork or anything on the side, but I just had this passion for music. I felt like it's something that I wanted to do,
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's very interesting, Jahvy. So you are a man who makes those hot beats, hot rhythms also, right?
Yeah.
When you're in studio, let's say you're putting a rhythm or a beat together, what is your main focus? Is there a special formula that you use, especially when you're making a rhythm, or it comes to you as you go along, depending on your vibe? What's your formula for making a beat or a rhythm?
I think over time, there are certain things like sonics and cadences, stuff that we use in music. And I think there's like, how you put it now, listeners have a tendency to gravitate to a particular sonic, and I try my best to possible to try and always emulate that sonic. There are certain pitches in music, chord progression, stuff like that it resonates with people. They have other times where you're just in the studio and it comes naturally in terms of you're just vibing. I think Hostage was one of those beats for me where it was just a matter of being a music producer. I knew that it was 2021. I had to put up music. So I just went in the studio and just decided to make several beats that I felt like I'm going to send these out to the artists and just work on some work for this year. So I think it really just depends on the vibe or the moment or what is it that you're trying to accomplish there.
Okay, understand.
Listening to you talk now, I can hear aspects of your formal education coming through. How do you apply that to music, and how does it enhance what you do on a daily basis?
I think it's imperative. A lot of persons they say what would say the kind of street side to you, and people associate that with dancehall. It's a very hardcore, it's a very grimy, gritty kind of thing. But I feel like an edge, being able to maneuver with intelligence and know how to have conversations with relevant people and stuff like that. It gives advantage. There's respect to it as well. A lot of persons kind of give you that respect when they realize that you're somebody that they can relate to on an intelligent basis in terms of having conversations, making arrangements and stuff like that. So for me, it is important, but it doesn't mean that you have to go to school and get 8-1s and have a distinction. I never finished college, but it's still important if you can read a lot, stay consistent with current activity, stuff like that. What it doesn't matter the industry, it is important to just stay connected with the world in general.
It's also very important to arm yourself with the information, even if it's not done formally, because a lot of our richest people around in terms of entrepreneurship and in business and in music, not necessarily formally trained, but they're smart. They're street smart, and they have their things together. I know that you went through a life-threatening incident. I don't know if you want to expound on that, but if you can, let us know what it was and how did you get past the pain and continue to do music.
I felt like music was what did it for me. I've said it oftentimes that when I'm doing music, it puts me in like a different kind of space. I plenty times I just listen to my beats and there's an overwhelming feeling. So in 2019, I think it was.
Yes.
I was heading home, me and my friends, and I lost control of the car. And it after that, it's something like I don't really like talking about it, but after the accident, I was having a conversation with Alkaline, and he was telling me that I should use the opportunity to kind of express myself musically and not stay down. I feel like you're defeated. And I went in the studio and I just made the beat. It became the Soul Survivor project with Alkaline, Ocean Waves, Movada Life, Jamil Shepherd, Star Captain, Weed Stop, and the Cranium Girl Policy. I put my experience out there on social media and people fell in love with the project, and I was truly thankful for the opportunity.
Awesome.
Well,
Awesome.
Of all the projects that you have created, Jahvy, which one would you consider or which one are you most proud of?
All of them equally.
Good answer.
There's an experience with each, and I feel like there's room to grow. So we're just looking forward in doing more work and stuff like that.
Talk to us about your most recent work, the album Top Prize. Tell us who's on it. Tell us who are some of the folks you worked with. Give us a whole a rundown of the album, Top Prize.
Well, the album it's Alkaline's album.
Right.
Top is the name of it. There are several other producers on it. I can't remember everybody's name on the album, but it's some amazing all of the producers on it. One of my favorite tracks on it is actually Twerk. I think the instrumental for that is amazing. But I produced two tracks on it, Hostage and Ocean Waves. Ocean Wave was previous from the Soul Survivor project. As was expected, it would have been a great project. Alkaline is a well-known, internationally acclaimed artist, so it was almost obvious that the album would have done good, and we're really proud of him for doing it for dancehall. So enough respect for that.
Awesome. You and Alkaline seem to have this musical synergy. What is it like working with him, and how would you describe his work ethics?
As I've always said, it's always a great vibe working with Alkaline. He's a very creative artist. I've said it before that he's a artist with his craft. It's never about just trying to be hot or trying to be relevant for him. It's always about putting out quality music for his fans and music that will stand the test of time in the genre. For me, that sits well because I'm a musician firstly, so it's always to create music that will people can relate to years from now and say, oh, this is one of our favorite art. It represents the genre well. So with Alkaline, I think the synergy really is the work ethic,
Yes.
Both have the same mindset in terms of putting out quality music. And it doesn't matter the financial success or the success of either careers. It's always about putting out quality music whenever we get to work,
As it should be. As it should be. No, I wanted to find out from you, Jahvy, if you could, as a producer, a musician, and you're kind of quite experienced in terms of success and going through the different aspects of music and making music, what life lessons could you give to some upcoming talent who probably would like to break? But I know that it's not always just talent. You always have to have certain attitudes and maybe the right way of doing things. If there was anything that you could expound in terms of some advice for young talent, what would you tell them?
I think it's important to love what you do. As Kashima had mentioned earlier, intelligence, being able to adapt to different environments and how to maneuver your way in different situations is important. So, loving what you do for me is so important. It's not oftentimes you will do something and see the effects of it like immediately. Sometimes it take years for you to see certain level of success, and I think that you have to have the love for it to stay grounded, for keep doing it each and every day regardless of what the result might be. So what I tell anybody is just find that love for it. If you have that love for it, no matter the disappointments or whatever the obstacles might be, you will always push through just because of the love that you have for it,
Javi, Jamaica has produced many talented producers. Is there a producer out there that you look up to or aspire to be like or admire their work?
My two younger brothers, we I admire the work so much, and I think it's because the music changes over time in terms of each generation has a particular sound that they try for adapt to. Because it's at the end of the day too, it's business. Many of the record labels can tell you that whatever songs the kids are buying, That is where they invest the millions into for real profit because, as I say, it's a business at the end of the day. So I always admire the work of my younger brothers who are a part of the label that I own. We and Falcon. I just feel like they're phenomenal producers, and much respect to them for sticking true.
This single, Hostage, yeah?
Yeah.
I would like for you to introduce that single. We're going to play it here in the studio. But I want him to give you, no, I don't know if you want to be the producer or the musician, but give it in your own flavor. Bring it on and we'll drop it here.
What am I gonna do that?
Talk!
like I said,
this is Jahvy. They tell you something and then bring it on and we just drop it. Well,
I'm gonna work on the selector.
No, man, we have the selector here,
But check out Hostage.
Mad man. No, man, you can't do better than that, Jahvy. That one is too dry, man. Jeez and peas. Yeah. Come, Jahvy, give me a better intro than that, man. A year or two, come through, man.
Well, we can't do that, but I already do. What could I do? I make the rhythm,
So you can't introduce the tune.
Hostage, Alkaline Hostage. Check it out.
All right, we work with that.
Let's over the clean version.
Festivity, she got to bring it, come here, make me take out me, go to work, skip out the chatty. I say one, put the ass up on it, looking really daddy, girl, me love you, yeah, me love you naturally. Why I'm just saying, yeah. Some of my you are deck when peace, catch it, that's up on it, fine, no argument. Which farm can't kid? You will see that you behind me as dead. So much of them got them all damn attractive, but girl, you want me, love me, don't hold me on stage. I know she not the street, money not the church, carry the beat. Come on, now the fact is, you really good until I me instead. Yup, them refreshment, the magnetic strength. Yeah, when me have a boil and a pro. No right, no so smooth, no partial, no get. So gripping on me flesh, baby, hold on. Sweet day, so she I know the way. Empty out, you know the rest. Yeah, me gotta ride it, gotta ride it, up on. Style them and pattern. Passion. Yeah, me gang, yeah, Tony. Wanna find with daily. Set it up to someone for your diary. I'm scared.
Yes, Jahvy.
Right, Hostage.
Big tune.
No, Jahvy, before we went ahead and played Hostage, you made mention of your two younger brothers, and also you are CEO and founder of True Ambassador Entertainment, your company, your label. What are your major or greater plans for True Ambassador Entertainment?
I think, as it's always been for me from the start, is just to establish the company into like a major entertainment company. I felt like I've had that dream for years, from years prior to gaining. So each day, it is that for me in terms of just putting in the work, getting the company recognized and just getting the best of it,
Well, I tell you something, Jahvy, you're well on your way, my brother. You're doing well. Yeah, man, you're doing well. Before we go, we want to say thanks once again for making time to talk to us tonight. We want to find out your social media handles. How can people get to you on the platforms so that they can interact? I know you're probably quite popular on there, but in terms of for the people who don't know your handles, just tell them, your Instagram, Twitter, and all of those things.
For Instagram, it's Jahvy Ambassador, JAHVY AMBASSADOR. It's the same handle for Twitter. My business email is info@trueambassador.com. You can send all your queries to that email.
Okay.
I will.
Mm-hmm. And you're open to working with any artist, upcoming artists, established entertainers. They can reach out to you via those emails or social media platforms to do work?
It's always good to work with upcoming artists.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like there's what would you say now? There's this challenge with it.
Right.
Working with I feel like there's the challenge with it in terms of creating sounds and dynamics and just things to try and break artists into the industry. So I'm always wanting to hear new stuff and new ideas.
All right.
All
Well,
right. So
Jahvy,
we're looking forward to new ideas and new stuff from Jahvy. And, keep working hard.
thanks, Jahvy. Thank you so much for talking to us. Wish you all the best.
Yeah, man. Enough love, big up IRFM,
Respect.
Kashi, DJ Bones, and enough respect.
Enough love, Javi, every
All
time.
right,
Respect here,
Javi.
sir. Yeah, man. All right, well,
Yeah.
we were just talking about some music a while ago. Now we're going to go to the movies. Yeah? So we're now heading to At the Movies. That's true. Where's the At the Movies? Where At the Movies at? Yeah.
Lights, camera, action. Hey, movie lovers, welcome to At the Movies. I'm Maisha Brody. I am a big fan of local films which showcase our culture and history. Therefore, it brings me great joy to tell you that a group of Jamaicans are working to revive and modernize the portrayal of Jamaica's national heroes with a 10-episode film series, original reggae dancehall music, fine art paintings, and print. Brainchild of the initiative, dubbed the Jamaica Heroes Modernized Project, Charles Mark Phi Smart, says it is important that Jamaica's history be preserved for future generations. He says a partnership has been struck with a film company to produce the film, but your assistance is needed to raise over $38,000 in 6 days. Over $11,000 of the $50,000 goal has already been raised. On Saturday, several Jamaican comedians such as Oliver Samuels, Wen Blacker Ellis, and Sharando Farrell hosted a free virtual comedy show, delivering laughter to eager viewers. They also urged persons to visit the website JamaicanNationalHeroes.com to donate to the cause. Still on the movie scene, something was amiss in China's version of the much-anticipated Friends reunion special. Guest stars BTS, Lady Gaga, and Justin Bieber were nowhere to be seen. Eager-eyed fans found the stars were cut on all three Chinese streamers with broadcast rights. LGBTQ references, among other things, were also gone. It is believed that footage of the stars were cut because they are deemed to have insulted China in the past. Scores of fans were upset with the censorship, as the US sitcom is hugely popular in China. The fictional sitcom, which followed the lives of 6 closest friends, ended 17 years ago. But last Thursday, the cast reunited at the set, reminiscing and sending viewers on an emotional joyride. It's now time for this week's top 5 movies. At number 5, we have the series Solos. At number 4 this week is Army of the Dead. The series Run the World takes the number 3 spot. At number 2, we have Without Remorse. And in the number 1 spot this week is Friends the Reunion. If you love great movies and series, go ahead and add these to your watch list. That's a wrap. Join us next week for more exciting movie news. For At the Movies, I'm Maisha Brody.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much there, Maisha Brody with At the Movies. We're up for a break. We'll soon forward.
The time brought to you by IRI FM is...
And your time on IRI FM is now 11 minutes after 9. And guess what? It's that time for our music artist. And of course, our music artist this week is a brother by the name of Binelly. I wonder how him get that their name there.
Yeah, I'm sure there is a story behind Binelly.
Yes.
I think so.
There's got to be a story behind Binelly, but we're going to be, while we try to get him online, want to find out how we got that name Binelly, because we wonder if he might go Ranger or something like that. Because that's one of those things. So as we try to get Binelly online, we're getting ready for the folks who are out there wondering what is happening with the curfew. The curfew has a little lift, and I think it starts tomorrow, right? where we will have an extension by an hour. So instead of the nightly curfew during the week will be at 8, it'll now be at 9. So you have to get in by 9 o'clock. And of course, on a Saturday, it normally was 6. It's now 8. So it's from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. And of course, on a Sunday, it remains the same, where it starts at 2 p.m. and it goes until 5 a.m. Please be very vigilant and obey these curfew hours so that you don't have yourself into hot water with the police and the powers that be. So we're going to ask our friends out there to be observant of these curfew hours. We're trying to curtail the spread of the coronavirus. We have it enough same way down here, so we need to really curtail it, especially in Montego Bay. I don't know, Mo Bay, Kingston and St. Andrew, Clarendon, these places, they just have spikes all the time. We have to be very careful, and it is personal responsibility. We have to make sure that we are aware of what is happening and we do the right thing to protect ourselves. Very important.
And understand that we too have a social responsibility. But what are you observing, Bones, especially, you know, I know you go to and from, especially from Montego Bay to Ocho on a regular basis, at least twice weekly.
Yes. Or sometimes I don't go nowhere. But I tell you, what I'm seeing is that there's a lot of COVID fatigue, for sure. People want to go out. People want to socialize. So sometimes you will see people kind of slack off. We want the people to make sure that it has to be total compliance for this to work. So we want people to not just wear the mask sometime and they log off sometime, they don't sanitize sometime, they don't social distance. They need to do it all the time. So for the most part, they are adhering to the rules, but you have the slack off. They do slack off.
It's been a year and a half, so by now it should be a norm, you know, for the
it should
majority.
Be habitual. It should be It should be the second nature now. But I mean, we do know that there are challenges in wearing the masks. I mean, some people say they can't breathe in them, depending on the type of mask that they have on their face. And some people are also just we are social beings, humans. So we want to interact. We want to talk to people. We want to have a hangout. But when you just can't do that, it's still, even though we've been having this for over a year, it is still in our nature. And a half, you know. It is entrenched in us to be social. So it still is a little bit tough for people to get used to.
Of course, and it is going to be that way, especially when you look at the curfew hours on a Sunday. Sunday is the time when most people are at home, you know, you're in your yard, you just want to have a conversation or probably go and visit some family members. Right. But the 2 p.m. curfew is really tough because you only have X amount of hours to do so much.
And most times Sundays is a beach day for a lot of people.
It is a beach day for a lot of persons. So, you know, you're going to find that, yes, you don't want the overcrowding at the beach, but given the situation, like people are up between 10 and 2.
Right.
And if the curfew ends at 2 or begins at 2.
Right. You really have no time.
It means you have to leave the beach by 1, depending on where you live.
Yeah, unless you're living right next door. But it is...
Or on the beach.
Or on the beach itself. I know people...
It is going to be rough, and persons may look at opening the beach as not even something that they can truly take advantage of.
Right. And you see, the other thing with it is this. Normally, it's a beach day, and that day, on a Sunday, without a curfew, that would probably have the largest gathering for the week. Right there, in terms of a lot of people that's coming out. They've had a hard work week. This is the time they can just let loose, relax if they want to get their tan, or they can hang out with some friends. Beach is normally the spot.
But do you foresee that the curfew will prevent overcrowding? It won't.
No. It is, to be honest with you,
it just means that everybody will be going to the beach at the same time.
And it could have bigger crowds if they're not careful, unless they do the limiting, how they have to put those protocols in. But you see, it's just like you have a stock on a stock market, and if you don't go buy it right now, it's going to run out on you. That's how you're so limited in time, you have to run and grab and see what you can get. And that's how they're going to treat the beach if they're not careful. So let us hope.
And will proprietors say to me, ma'am, you were here last Sunday, you can't come back
this
alone.
week.
Give somebody else an opportunity.
That may just happen.
I mean,
yeah, that may just happen.
I hope not.
Yeah, for the beach lovers, I hope not, because I see how people really look forward to going to the beach, especially on a Sunday. They will get up early and they do their morning jogs on the beach, and then they go chill out, and they have to go early now. You're going to see people going to the beach at 5 a.m., you know.
And that is a thing too. A lot of persons go in for, early morning swim, and persons go at different hours, different times throughout the day. But now with the restriction at 2 p.m., you will find that a lot of persons will be going at the same time.
Well, I'm just talking to my tech operator here, Nick, and Nick says he goes to the beach in the mornings, 5 a.m., to swim. Mm-hmm. Nick?
Yes. He also goes to the beach to play volleyball.
Oh, you play volleyball? Him saying he can't play none. He's very perturbed. He's unhappy that he cannot play the volleyball.
And that is an activity to stay fit, to stay healthy, to take care of your mind. It's some physical activity you can do in that sort of atmosphere. So, what do you know? Where is our music artist?
I'm wondering if Binelly is on the wrong range. I don't know where he is. We can't seem to find him. But I think they're working assiduously to get him online. Binelly, if you are listening, would like to find out where you're at. We're trying to reach you so that we can have a quick chat with you. Don't pull a Michael.
You know what?
Don't pull a Michael Rose.
In the meantime, let us go to Fashion Forward with Shamara Preston and DJ Lollipop.
Let's do that. Yeah.
Catch him on the side.
Good thing then.
It's Fashion Forward, a weekly look into what's popping,
what's hot and what's not,
hip and trendy. It's the space for all things fashion. There has been a lot of talk about when and where women should wear a hair bonnet. This after women have been seen with their bonnets on in airports, supermarkets, town centers, banks, and wait for it, a woman showed up for a meeting at her child's school in, you guessed it, a hair bonnet. We know that a satin bonnet is a healthy ear covering that has become a necessity for women because it prevents hair tangling, minimizes frizz and dryness, it is cost effective and makes hair more manageable. So we took to the streets to ask, fashion trend or epic fail? Should bonnets be worn in public or should they remain as a part of your home attire?
Personally, I don't see anything wrong with it, especially the fancy ones now with your names and your little thing on it. In the yard, fine. But if you say you're going to go on the road, I just think it is very tacky. I mean, I know how it became so fashionable.
I think it's neither. No, I don't think women should wear the bonnets in public. I mean, I think the bonnet really appropriate.
Well, it depends on the occasion. So if you're just like running to get something, yeah, fine. But if you're going out, nah.
I think all women can say that they find bonnet extremely comfortable. So I don't see anything wrong with going to the supermarket or run some errands wearing your bonnet. And it protects our hair too.
Epic fail. I don't think it should wear out in public. It look tacky. That's supposed to be worn inside the house to bed.
With the pandemic going on and people not really going anywhere, there's nothing wrong with wearing your bonnet out in public.
Satin bonnets in public is an epic fail. That's supposed to be worn in your house.
It's an epic fail for me. Wrong bang. Those things supposed to be worn only in the bedroom. You have some ladies who wear this thing everywhere they go. You go on a date with them. I hate that them have on them head. Bedroom alone. So ladies, do the right thing. It don't look good in the public.
I just think there's a time and place for everything. I mean, if you're going to make a quick run in the town and pick up something, I don't see nothing wrong with wearing the bonnet. But to go as far as go to a meeting, and I think that's a no-no.
Well, renowned IRIFM presenter Big A also weighed in on the discussion.
So while I personally would not go on a date with somebody wearing a bonnet or even in the least be attracted to somebody I see out in one, you have to admit that this is the new generation, and this generation have no respect for the fashion codes of old. This is the generation that wears wedding dresses to the dance hall. This is the generation that wear see-through apparel to funerals. So wearing a bonnet wouldn't even come on the radar of offenses to this generation. It is just part of what is happening now. But for those of us who have been here a long time, we'll understand that this is an offense to us.
Finally, Binelly, however you feel about bonnets, just know there is a time and place for everything. That's it for Fashion Forward this week. I'm Shamara.
And I'm DJ Lollipop, the party fanatic.
See you next week.
Yeah, thank you very
All right.
much.
Thank you
Forward.
there, Shamara and Lollipop. Bones, what's your take on a bonnet? Would you go on a date with your woman wearing one?
All I will tell you is that I echo everything that Big A said.
Yes,
Done.
Big A nailed it.
Hammer it right into the coffin. Not even
He did.
a piece of
He
nail
did.
could come out. That
Biggs
is,
left nothing
Yeah, man.
uncovered, untouched.
he said that is
He-
not
he-
even
he
on the
nailed it.
radar for the offenses that are happening out there. But look here, he nailed it. No bonnet.
He did.
Turn out of
He
your yard
did.
with that. The bonnet need for social distance. Straight. That need, no, I'm not going out there in that. All right, we're still trying to get our music artist on the line. I'm not getting a report yet. So, Binelli, no luck yet? No. We're still trying to get Binelli on the line here. Find out what is
Coming
going-
up, we also have TeeJay, so it should be an interesting conversation with him. Hopefully, he can tell us his weight loss secret, because he has shed some serious pounds as well.
No.
And a lot of persons are on their health and fitness journey and want to know what's your recipe.
I wonder if I fret him, I fret. Sometimes
There's only one way to find out, Bones. When he comes
you
on,
fret, you
we'll
lose
ask
weight
him
sometimes.
straight and direct.
Hey, true. At TeeJay's a mobile, you big up yourself, TeeJay, so we'll have him on shortly.
Yeah,
But
up top boss. So we have that.
yeah, we want to find out what's happening with Binelli in terms of what's, his name is one of the big curiosities for me. And what is his musical style?
I still see on Zoom where it says he's connecting, but it is a conversation where, as a new artist,
Yes.
you never really get a second chance to make a first impression.
Right.
So, you want to be on time. You want to ensure that, your link is connecting and everything is in place. Even though I know he did a test previously, and anything that can go wrong will go wrong.
Yeah, it's technology. No, you see,
still, yeah.
you remember when we would have our studio, we would have our artists live in studio. Now they don't get here on time. You can't say, boy, that not right. But you see, with this technology thing here now, you will do a test now, and then when you're ready to go on,
Yes.
the internet
Because
decides to fail you.
he's connecting for the last 10 minutes.
Wow. So I'm going to assume we're having a technical or an internet problem, maybe on his side. And we hope
On
that,
his side, yeah, because we're connected.
Well, you're on. We're all
yeah,
on.
you're on.
Yeah, well, me in a studio, so we don't need no connect. But we want to make sure that he's coming on real soon. So, while we wait, what do? We talk more, yap some more. Yeah. All right. So, what are we going to talk about? Well, first of all, I still want to remind our friends about the curfew changes. I think we see Binelli. No, we see TeeJay.
No, I'm seeing TeeJay. I think we move
Might
on.
as well
yeah.
move to TeeJay. Yeah. TeeJay.
I think I see TeeJay getting his hair done.
TeeJay, you really a company Zoom with your hair stay some of youth.
Yeah, man, we have to show the people them want to go on, so we take care
Yeah,
of
you're
ourselves
keeping
and
it
fix the
real.
electronic time right now.
No,
Yeah, man.
That is when you have a new level of money. When you can just go on and say, me not need to impress nobody. I do my hair and do the interview at the same time.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
man.
We're talk about multitasking, TeeJay.
And
No,
multi-spending too. I must spend for the hair do same time. Don't ramp with it.
Let's just jump into the good vibration now via your social media. We saw where you posted a video of yourself and Timbaland vibing, and that's like a big deal. So talk to us about what's brewing. What can you tell us? Timbaland, TeeJay?
Well, right now I'm actually working on my album right now.
Wow.
Currently working on the album right now. So every strength right now we can get with to make my thing look good. Grateful feet. So it's not even like TeeJay and Timbaland have a collab or nothing like that. But from people to say international people, international eyes upon your career now, that's a good thing for artists like me. You know what I'm with?
That is so good. I had the opportunity of meeting Timbaland some years ago. And that man he's a straight music addict. When the music is hitting him, every part time he might have some partner in neck or move all over the place when he's ready. And he's thoroughly, and he seemed to be doing that when he's listening or do some work with you. So I'm going to
Yeah,
assume
man.
some real great stuff is
It was
coming
a
from
great
you.
feeling to be in that room. I swear to you, boys. Honestly, it was a great feeling to be in that room. Kind of a Timbaland that, you know.
Yeah.
As a mess. And just give me some advice on the album and the directions where we are going with the album and what we're supposed to do and everything, you know. So it was really like a listening session for the album.
Right.
Oh, nice.
That's
Yeah.
absolutely great.
Yeah.
So what can you tell us about the album, TeeJay? What's the title? How many tracks? Any collaborations?
Yeah, we have a lot of collaboration on this album.
Great.
It's called I Am From Montego Bay. You know, everybody said I'm a king of Kingston. I am from this, so we just decided to name it I Am From Mobay. About 14 tracks upon the album. We don't really want to get too much in it, because you know my thing them exclusive from long time. Understand?
But you're
we
also
have a lot of collab.
but you're on an exclusive show. So you're gonna have
Yeah, right now.
Yes, right now. So you're gonna have to
Drop
give
a
us
one
some
collab, man, that we can look out for.
We can give it one collab.
Yeah, we have me and Afrobeat, the guy who sing Joanna.
Yeah,
you know that song was a big song.
That's a big tune. That's a big.
Yeah, we have a Spanish guy remix Rockstar Riches also.
Wow.
A guy called Kevin Raldan.
That's
we have some great songs, Spanish man. We have song with Skilly Bang, we have song with Jada Kingdom, Governor, Reagan. Couple great, whole heap of good songs upon the
Well,
album.
what you just tell us a while ago is that those are heavy hitters already for the album.
Yeah, man, some different type of music show a different side of my career. Show growth, whole heap of thing.
When we can get the album?
Look out by end of August.
End of August, real soon.
TeeJay, it look like
Real
she'll draw
soon.
you here, man.
No, at the last one, listen, I can't wait for you done, master.
You know, TeeJay, it's just easy if you just go barber and do a thing like, just trim off here, nice, low maintenance,
No, TeeJay, we couldn't have you on the buzz and not ask this obvious question. I know you have seen and heard it across social media. People are speculating, did TeeJay leave Ramesh Entertainment? Are you now with Solid Agency? Is the rumor swirling around? What can you tell us?
What's the deal, brother?
But from day one, remember TeeJay was always an independent artist, you know? So we work with everybody same way. I work with Ramesh Entertainment same way. I work with Solid Agency right now same way. So it's not about leave Ramesh Entertainment or none of that, you know?
But
we're good same way.
It did seem, though, in the initial stages that you were exclusively with Ramesh, just like a team with Shensia and Ding Dong and everybody. It was always that team being marketed together. So you're saying that was not the deal at the time?
No, we're still with Ramesh Entertainment.
All right.
Still with Ramesh.
All right,
no,
good to go.
We have to ask about your super weight loss.
Yeah.
We see where you and iOctane have this online social media banter, who can lose the most weight and that kind of thing. What is your weight loss secret? What you can tell us, one, and two, who is winning that weight loss battle between you and Octane?
Well, I acted it right now. I'm going good, man. I swear.
Well,
I'm going good.
Slim
But
Rassi
the secret, I just dedicate myself to it. Stop eat late at night time and just dedicate myself to lose some weight. Image is everything, and I just feel like over and over the years I've been that bulky person, that thick person that people can say that big you. I'm just feel like want to change the image now,
I think personally what happened to you to TeeJay is that you made up your mind. You say a time now, and when
man, a time now, man. Come in and tell you no, like the shot I did I beat my body. The last time we were Reggae Sunfest.
Yes.
The last Reggae Sunfest, I decide to lose the weight and fix the image because trust me, shot I did I beat my body, and I always prove myself as an artist to work live in concert, maybe hour and 30 minutes, maybe 2 hours.
Right.
And you can't have shot a break and all that. You can't run up on the stage as a big youth and a fit.
Up to this date, can you? I know you've been dedicated to the weight loss. How much weight have you lost thus far?
85.
What?
Wow.
85 pounds.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, about that, because the last time I checked, we did weigh like 240, 245, something like that.
Right.
I know I weigh like 185. So I lose a good amount of weight.
You lost a lot of weight there, brother. And of course,
No.
I've been looking at some pictures when you were in studio with all three of us, Kishima, me, you, and TeeJay. And he was, you were a lot bigger, I mean, huge. So,
The man did big, man. The man did big bones. Go, man.
The man did big.
The man did big, man. So me I look on two picture of me and me feel favor the man who sing his song. Move to the right, then you.
But you know, all that matters is that you made that conscious decision and you have done it. And I'm sure your journey has inspired like a lot of people who have, you know, started their own personal journey. But TeeJay, a lot of entertainers know from here that fly out and, you know, specifically they're going to the US and that kind of thing. Do you have any shows in the pipeline? Are you looking forward to flying out and performing for your fans once more?
Yeah, man, we're dying. I'm actually in the state right now, you know.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, in the state. Yeah. Been I do some shows and some liquor thing in the state. June 20, me have a live band show in Ireland.
Right.
My show that same way. Me I keep the show safe. If you're in Ireland, you can turn out and support the show and give me a straight the same way.
Nice.
So I'm just dying for the Caribbean open back so we can perform. For the people them dying for Jamaica open so we can perform back for people the same way. Yeah, man.
How is performance now for you with the new body, the new energy and being fit?
Nice.
Sir,
I love it. I ain't going fat. I ain't going bad.
Without lying on TeeJay. And you know that the weight ages you too. So you look like a young youth, you know, well young.
You know what to them I say? You know what to them I look at myself and I say, no man, that area make me look too old. I feel like I have to trim between and get back 10 years fresh, I swear. So I might ball made like you in a buzz.
Yeah, well, you know, me old man, you know, me just have to accept me as me right now. But let me ask you this, TeeJay, in terms of the pandemic, it's easing in the United States, but prior to the United States opening up, how did you adjust? How did you keep yourself relevant and you know, up and running while everywhere was locked down?
Remember, this is music, you know.
Yeah.
So you have to just always have content for the people.
Right.
You have to always just sing new things, try some new topic.
Right.
Sing about different other things. Whole heap of people are dead right now. Whole heap of things are going right now.
Yeah.
Whole heap of youth are hungry. Whole heap of things. Just sing about some things.
And then you just put it out.
Yeah, just put them together, man, and just go and come out of your comfort zone and just use up your creative brain right now. You're on the team and just find something sing about with the people. I'm gonna love just that, me though.
Love that. I love that.
Yeah, man.
What are you promoting at the moment? I know you're working on the album, but in terms of singles or new music, what can we look out for?
Well, you can look out for this song with me and Afrobeat. It's going to be big. Trust me, it's going to be a movie.
Yeah.
So look out for this song with me and Afrobeat. But right now, we're still promoting Rockstar Riches.
Right. Lots of good stuff. And as a matter of fact, Kishima, what do you think about some music from TeeJay?
Of course, when TeeJay introduces
we're going to do a little TeeJay mix.
DJ Lollipop just first play.
Yeah, man. Lollipop are on the place right now, you know. So just play big tune. Then I select a song, I don't know if it introduce the song. Just play a big tune for the people and Lollipop.
All right, Lollipop, I hear that, too.
Me own alien, na me own alien, so no boy can style me. Na me own alien, yeah. Me no frightened feelings, me a style to me thing. And me not just some boy cause them price me drinks. And if me no rate, me no go run your people, me no want me no links. Cause me know if you will out. If me can't buy a spliff, much less see buy a drinks. Never grew up fi bogot. Come and born as a thug, and me mother never grew a whim. Me no frightened of people, no frightened of people. No some people a be frightened of me. Jahvy hide me in the street, tell me out at night. Mother they read Bible for me. Me no love lights. Them never tell her before, say pressure bus spike. Pick up how you can't manage, you enough like. Better you suffer the consequence, cause you love hype. I chew me staying on me own, and lane on me own. A game so no guy can style me. Staying on me own, and lane on me own. A game so no guy can style me. What I like to them? Stress yourselves funny. Fun people, who I get. Yeah, that we don't laugh with people. Run them home. You could hear me with that. Girlfriend. We don't laugh with people. Run them home. You could hear me with that. Girlfriend. Me no sit by yard fit hurt. Press it, I'm make it party work. The girl a scream and I beg call the earth. I bet the summer me couldn't go walk the earth. Then I see say light, so we do a walk by. And I be all people I will up, curry and rice, cooking at the night time. And I catch when man, you see when man a come. When man a come, you feel run up and down. When man, you see when man a come. When man a come, you feel run up and down. Skin chip on me belly, go for let me a looter. Rock two side like semi a dancer. 51-50, no give them chance, yeah. You a need doctor, what a disaster. Watch how them a chase and them a chat like Mava. Move from your so allow me massa. Boy we a chat up, boy a fracture. All of them need a laughter. Sunday morning, I was taking my time. If you never got no money, better got God by your side. Me granny say, new money I make, now me got some new money for share. Too much money for dead, no dog like too much money a year. Pink and some green and some blue money in here. If you're not invited, tired. Be level and turn it up because he low. All of me that them got money up in their clothes. Girl them pretty and them man no crop out the road. So we going bro. Yo, still scheming. Talk them there in the scheme still. One roll it out, that's how we chill. No fans alone. Me a tell you bro, some of them stay real still. If I was some fun, 3 mil. Boy, take that, give me a refill. When I go and roll it out. Attention, she just I get sick of it. And your body just a jump like a rabbit. She lonely and long to visit a trip. I told me body, me baby, and she don't panic. Find you vomit. Under the magnum, tonic. Fine. But I wanna beat her up. She still gonna need her love. Guess how she call up. She run through the phone and a me pop up. Get us a tap. She want hear some movie sweet her up. Girl want love you, no see time cool. And you want a boy, you got big man up. See the your body good, baby, your body good. You fit tell her that girl. Me not got a lot of money, but me got a lot of money. Give you everything in your world. So we don't care if you not coming, I'm gonna nowhere. She living it up and she out there, doing it with no fear. Hey, bubble your body for the up top boss. But baby, you top class. Jump up, let's say you're upstart. Remember me get up north, every girl a drop. She proud for me, not hard. When me touch it, tell her friend them set the boy bad. Girl love brace, he can see ball. Me baby till your ball. See don't mommy, only you a girl out the road. I'm a no mommy. Globally, me love your totally. Say she weak, but she not love me.
Yeah.
She can't bother,
with her.
Second never she choose this this chooser. Say she would have make her feel cause she earned. That's what you deserve. Yeah. But take your time, no darling. I've done all them $1 million, $100 million right now. $100 million. Girl in her mouth, now he goes sharp down. A father gotta save them even know that. Them and my baby not only for back. The place I run nice, but I got it over. Say there's a boy be cool and no give me tough chat. I better say them to the road and afraid to touch that. No man now a fame out of the top shop. Man in the front of that need some run of the house back. I'm a tough fuck. Sharp down or just anyhow we. Y'all get boy. Bricks from bricks that me need. Buy anything we need. Fly anywhere we need. Go. Bricks are just anyhow we. Y'all get boy. Bricks from bricks that me need. Buy anything down and I go on while I vibes and I reminisce. But the dog them gonna deal with it. No.
Whoa!
Some boy we are no brother, much less my relative. Yo, get a yacht. Them no want see we no go check. No one will live the life like we no move it. She tell us she narrate me, so that a fool me. I see that she come get this thing at the alright. So me can't do it, youth me approve it. Me never fight a war in a life or lose it. Man a Gene, I game bad mind, excuse me. Girl we pretty, girl we bad and bougie. I say just a jeep over me neck. Million a week, you saw that this thing I make money. When me walk with car hole in a wallet. Some boys smell like cigarette. Nah no style, all time a cassette. Said that them a chop and them no got no assets. Now sell out me dog, them say me is a vet. I tell us say me nah worry about no. As long as me got life, I'm doing okay, doing alright. How are you? I am fine. Big up the house where I come from, no. Man can't tell about hard life. I'm doing okay, doing alright. How are you? I am fine. Dog, you ever wear the same closet for 2 weeks? Yeah. People see me a smile and then I know the youth sleep. Yeah. Jaden for mine, so the youth eat. And I see man a star, brother I'm a shoot feet. Could do wear face size because for me shoes cheap. Yeah. Enough say me a cruff, them same one say the youth read. Big up the one youth, them we stay up in the studio. Yeah. When me a voice, we see all who did a sleep. Rats to riches, back to the biz. No fool so see me can't ask who me is. No we got the dream man lock the biz. Now boy can't hear me can't chuck. Man used to strapping for the ends. Knockings no my friends. My friends not bad,
Hey, let me tell you something.
No, sir.
Hey,
TeeJay.
I'm listening to the music and enjoying it, but you know what? I was enjoying even more watching TeeJay at dance by the Zoom there. Up here dancing by dance team would.
No, if I enjoy yourself,
If I
man.
enjoy himself in a TeeJay. Well, it's good to
Yeah, well, I feel enjoy life, you know.
And
I feel enjoy every moment while it lasts, you know, man.
So true.
Don't know life short, you have to enjoy life, you know.
You know what I want to ask you though? Earlier on you said it that, you knew part of your weight loss journey was, at some fest and you remember on stage and how it hindered your performance. What advice would you give to upcoming entertainers, especially entertainers who got their big break during COVID and have not really gotten an opportunity to perform live or know how it feels to perform for an audience? What advice would you give to them?
Well, we can't really give them advice on that, because in life you have to do the do to learn the do. So it's a form of way of say, like, when people say, you see, learn off of my mistake and watch what me do and don't try to follow my footstep. Or you have to make your mistake to learn, you understand? So them have to go out here and perform on a stage to really feel what it is like, to know what them supposed to do the next time. I understand, because the first time me go up on a stage, me never really know what to do the next time. I do it and do it and do it and do it until the experience make me just feel like, all right, I master the craft now, but I still feel like I have much more to learn. So them have to just get the opportunity, and when them go up on a stage, then them can know what them should do. Them can advise themselves from that time, from that point. You get me?
I get, yeah. You have to do your own thing. I want to find out from
Yeah, you have to do your own thing. Swear.
You're an artist from Mobile, like myself. Apart from music, performing, tell us something that your fans would be surprised to know about TeeJay that he does, apart from music.
Yeah, food, fans will never know some food. I'm a jovial person who likes to make people laugh. I like, you understand? Yeah, man, we're just different, I swear.
Me not really think that's surprise. Me get that impression from you say you're a jovial person already, you know.
So me a fool. You get that impression that me a fool?
No, me never say a fool. Me say jovial. You get the impression that me a fool. No, sir. But in terms, so you really like to just enjoy yourself. Yeah.
I swear, me not really.
You cook?
I would have to think about that question before I answer it, I swear.
Yeah, suppose somebody say TeeJay a cook, you're a big chef.
Yeah, me a big chef.
You've got live on social media cooking.
Oh, you're a big chef. So you say, all right.
Country cooking.
Country cook, the best cooking that, man.
Yeah, man.
Tell us your social media handles for the people who want to reach out to you, or if them don't know it by now.
Well, I don't know, it's Up Top Boss.
Right.
Or if you can't find Up Top Boss, try type in Timoy Jones, Timoy
Right.
Jones. You have to find the Blue Tick certified, and that's Up Top Boss. Bookings, you can always link Ramesh Entertainment, same way you can link Solid Agency, same way for bookings with TeeJay. If you don't know how to find them. Yeah, that's it.
All right,
All
TeeJay.
right. So we're looking out for the album. I am from Montego Bay, you said.
Right.
It's titled.
Yeah, man. I am from Montego Bay.
All right. TeeJay, we wish
With
you all
some
the
big,
best.
big song.
And remind us of your concert again. That where you're going to be keeping that show in Orlando.
June 20, Orlando.
All right. And that is your personal show.
Yeah, that's my personal
All right,
show.
so folks in the area need to support TeeJay on his concert. Big up yourself, TeeJay. Good to talk to you,
Yeah,
my
man.
brethren.
All the best. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, man. Enough love, same man.
Enough love and respect. See you?
Understand. All right, Michelle.
All right, Michelle.
All right.
TeeJay.
So that was Up Top Boss
Yes.
TeeJay.
Yeah, man. This is up top slim boss, man, I tell you.
Irie.
Yeah, Irie. All right. Well, guess what? If you're just joining us, it is the EBUZZ, and right now we're going to be presenting the Irie FM Dancehall Chart Recap with DJ Brian and Courtney Mack.
This is the Guinness Dancehall Top 10 Countdown.
I wonder is who really run dance. Who really have the number one song?
All the youths them want to know.
Do you really want to know?
Coming in at number 10 for this week was Intense featuring Governor, Public Enemy number 1.
Number 9, Massacre, Different Type.
Number 8 was Sean Paul's Massacre, Skillibeng, Everest.
Number 7, Ambition, Youngstar.
See, then number 6 was Alkaline Real Dogs.
Number 5, Nation Boss, Humans.
Number 4 was Raggin King, Dancehall Baddest Thing.
Number 3, Tentic, Roll Deep.
Number 2 was Go Down the Spy, Shaggy, Sean Paul. One day we're ready for the number 1 song. The number 1 song for this week on the Irie FM Dancehall Top 10 Countdown is Coyote. When me nice as summer one. Number 1.
Babunia man, a female Superman. If I know Magnum, a future can. The Babunia man.
Big song, a big song. The Guinness Top 10 charts is where it happens. Only big songs make this chart.
Dancehall can't stand.
Dancehall, I me everything.
All right, so that was the Irie FM Dancehall Chart Recap with DJ Brian and, of course, Courtney Mack. We do have a few minutes. It's about 10 minutes. So we probably could take a few phone calls.
Yes, I say open our phone lines. Let's do it.
By the way, you said that a while ago. Like, open the phone lines. No, sir. All right, so guess what? We want to do this. I want to ask what they think about the new curfew hours. You know, how they're feeling. If it's good for them.
Do
or
they think it's effective, or
is it
do they
effective?
foresee that it's going on for too long?
Yeah, those are great questions right there. The numbers to call, 974-5051.
974-5043.
Or 974-5079.
You can also call
618-0352.
52.
So give us a call,
All
wherever
right,
you
so
are.
Yeah, taking your calls now, so you can give us your take on it.
Yes, in
You know,
terms
we're
of...
all experiencing it, and people are feeling differently about the curfew.
Yeah, a lot of people from what I'm talking about, they want the curfew to be lifted, but you also have another set of people who are quite adjusted to it. They don't have a problem with
But
it.
to be honest though, Bones, did you foresee that it would have gone on this long? Because I know when we were looking forward to the new developments on June 2 and yesterday, the Prime Minister, when you hear the extension, did you foresee another extension, or you thought that it would have been, some ease somewhat?
I really didn't see. I would have thought that.
You have gotten accustomed to being locked up.
Well, it depends on the lockup. The lockup can be quite enjoyable if you know how to lock up. But no, as I was saying, we have a call right here before I got too wild there. All right, so good evening, caller. Buzz through, you're live.
Yeah, that's it, man.
Yeah, man, Wagwan, big up.
Yeah, DJ born.
Blessed, how you doing, man?
Big up on yourself, man. Respect down to the ground,
Enough love. Same to you, sir. Enough respect to the ground, sir. How you think? What do you think
Yeah,
about
man.
the curfew? The new hours for the curfew. You get a little break, a little 1 hour extra during the week. How you feel about that?
Yeah, man, we have to give thanks to the Almighty for everything CMA car. It could have worked to our so we
Yeah.
have to work with it because we live in this country, you see?
Well, I tell you something. A lot of people may think that the curfew is bad here, but I was talking to a good friend of mine in Japan yesterday, and they're locked down properly. So same 8
Wow.
o'clock, but they can't move. There's not much movement and all
No
of that
movement.
because they're having corona spikes there. So we still have a little bit of leeway, and of course our weather also helps. So, like how you say the curfew has been eased a little bit. How are you going to take
Beach is
advantage?
now open.
Right. How are you going to take advantage of it, brother?
Yeah, we are going to make use of our time, because you don't know, so we still there after our time, CMA, so we have to do it. We have to give thanks to the frontline workers, them in the earth business there. Yeah, because them do a good job, CMA. We still have to big up the Prime Minister, no matter what I'm running the country, CMA, you see?
Yep.
So we have to just work with the thing.
And the man that will for pressure.
Only for 1 hour, only for 2 hours. We have to just give thanks to that CMA, you see?
Right.
And when we come back together, we want to go at the dance again, we want to go at the stage show them and them thing, you see?
That is what we're definitely missing. And of course, there's going to be conversations with the players in the industry to see if there's some sort of way we can open up the entertainment industry cautiously with some protocols. So let us see how those talks go.
To do, man, I just come together, man, and cut out your dirty crime that are going.
Yeah, man. You look like the corona don't touch the crime.
Come together, man. Come like one of them pandemic thing coming in, they then come to a grip, you see what I'm saying?
That's what you're saying. But
Yeah.
brother,
Anybody you want to big up though?
yeah.
Yeah, big up my father just the right side of me. Big up my family.
See.
The Moody them, the GM. Big up the top cop, Mr. Nevers and him family, CMA. Big up family, them are coming on a little project today. Swiss man from Outer Angel, do a little casting thing today. And big up my mother, CMA. And big up all I listeners, them are every time out to put them radio up on RFM and listen to me. And big up all of my passengers, them and make it possible that my pot go on for the fire during this pandemic. You see what I'm saying? Big up DJ Lollipop, my general. You don't know a thing go already.
Yes, sir.
You don't know a thing. And big up all of the ladies them who tune in and they listen to me right now too. Special big up to them because them always attack me on the road say, yeah. Now listen to your sound good. Yeah, so big up my fans them. Big up the whole world. Dennis. Canvas, over boxing, lower boxing, middle boxing, mirror boxing, every community, Alva, Clydesdale, the whole world, Give thanks to RFM, because RFM make me be who me is right now, keep me out of trouble and everything. So big up to the station. Yeah.
Give thanks to that, Brethren, and we're always
and
glad.
thank you for always calling through and sharing with us. And I know from day one, the first time you called in, you've always kept it real regarding what's happening in Brownstone. You give us a comprehensive and detailed report.
Right.
I remember in the heights of the coronavirus, and you're still with us, talking and keeping people in Brownstone and your fans updated. So give thanks.
Yeah, I love Brownstone differently, man. The whole Senton, I love the whole world, but just when you come out to Senton, I'm a player. Brownstone, yeah.
It's your home, brother. It's your home.
I cover them, the whole of them, because them tune in and I listen now too.
Well,
All
my brother,
right, big up to Orange Hill.
thank you so much for participating.
Both of you, remember, when I have changed me, Kashima and Bone,
Yes.
have changed me to be a better person.
That means so much.
Really glad for that. Yeah.
Respect here, my brother. Enough love and honor. See?
Yeah, man, respect. Travel on the gravel.
Yes, I respect.
All right, big up yourself, Froggy.
Boy, you hear them big talk there, boy, may I tell you.
Yeah, and sometimes you really don't know the impact or the influence, you will have on people. And it's just from us having conversations on this platform.
Definitely. All right. Yes, we're going to try and take on, we'll see if we could squeeze in another caller just before we end the program. So, Buster caller, you're live?
Yeah, man.
Whoa! Whoa, yeah, seven.
Them balance, Kishima,
Whoa.
Whoa.
Where, Sebas?
Whoa, because the youth, them balance. Abona high grade and will have meditation, cause the youth, them balance. They always tune in for highway radio station. Whoa, Shaka Warrior come out of Senton. Blaze make a burn it.
Hey.
Right. What I tell you?
The youth, them balance.
With them balance. Shaka Warrior, we have a little extension for the curfew. How you feel about it?
Yeah, man, we feel good, man. More I go up more, you know?
Yeah, man. Well, we have to go behave ourselves and get these corona numbers down.
Yeah, man. What you mean, man? I'm like, how the beats up and thing. That's what I say.
Yeah, man. And of course, so you're going to make advantage of it. We have an extra hour during the week. And an extra, 2 hours on a Saturday. I think it was at 4 at one point, or was it 6? I think it was 6.
Yeah, man.
It's 8 now.
Just want to run business as natural. That's what I say.
Yeah.
And do the right thing. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And we want to speak on behalf of the business people. I'm sure they're going to be very happy for this, especially. They would need more time but the business people are suffering in the evening.
Yeah, man, I reality, man, and we want to do a stage show to come back together. That's what I say.
We're dying for that, brethren. We can't wait.
We're staying on top of it. Conversations are apparently going on now between governments and members of the entertainment sector.
Right.
So in about 2 weeks, we should have some information to give to our listeners, or hopefully earlier.
Yeah, man, I'm balance the thing. That's what I say.
Thing need to balance, Balance. Big up yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I don't know me. I bless up.
Balance is important.
Shaka Warrior.
Everything balance, you know.
It's always great to have you. Thank you so much for supporting Irie over the years. Big up yourself every time, my brother.
Yeah, man, I from radio station and number 1 up and bless up my daughter Shamaya.
What you mean?
My Empress Janet.
Yes.
Yeah, man, I don't know. Bless up Father Capron and shop this. So me I say.
Yes.
Yeah,
Respect.
man, bless up Belty, bless up Father I cover Orange, bless up the whole of Boston CM. So me I say.
Yeah, man.
The whole of the market, bless up Warren, I don't know, Ryan, Young Boys, Marlon, from down a keep that. So me I say.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, and bless up everyone in the place. So me I say.
See it.
Whoa!
All right.
Shaka Warrior, thank you. Respect.
Balance.
Yeah, man, and right on the button. We're out of time. Thank you so much, Shaka Warrior, always supporting Irie FM. And of course, we want to say a very special thanks to everyone who made the EBUZZ possible. First of all, we want to say thanks to our sponsor, Thomo Vibes distributor, Strongback Tonic Wine. They did the distributors for Strongback Tonic Wine. Trent in your back. They might be attack.
Also, I want to say a big thank you to TeeJay and, of course, Jahvy. If you blinked, you would have missed our music artist.
Yeah, we did blink. We can't find him. I'll know. He pull a Michael Rose power. We can't find Michael Rose
so
last week.
Unfortunate there.
Yeah, we're still yet to find out what happened to Michael Rose. But we want to say a special thanks to everyone who made the EBUZZ possible. And, of course, we want to say a special thanks once again to our team. We want to say thanks to our producer, Centrica Masters. We want to say thanks to our technical operator, DJ Lollipop. You want to see your Lollipop look rich, nice to you there. Rich. Yeah.
Big up, of course, to Nicholas Francis, our studio engineer.
And thanks also to our social media specialist, Peter Broadber, always making sure we're connected. So join us next week for another exciting edition of the EBUZZ. I'm DJ Bones.
And I'm Kishima Francis. Muta Baruka is up next.